It's the Full Force News Burst, proudly brought to you by Battle Action Force, the Treasury editions. I am your host, Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80. Now let's get into the news. Full Force! Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm just checking my mic. Yeah, it's there. Still there. Mic's still there. Hello, and welcome to the News Burst. Hope everyone is doing well this Thursday evening. Obviously I thought I'd do another live because, why not? Of course, it's not like there's much to talk about ever, whatever. Yeah, we have our first official Walmart CollectorCon preview. Now, of course, the Duke and the Dire Night Creeper had already been kind of the Dire Night Creeper had already been officially revealed, but the Duke 250th was certainly not an official reveal. And that has now been rectified courtesy of Walmart, who have posted their official preview today for next week. They're going to be going up for pre-order. And it gives us an opportunity to see the official promo images easy for me to say, for Duke. We've already seen Night Creepers, of course, but we will go through them again once more for the people in the back and talk about any updates on any of the official listings and graphics and all that fun stuff at the end. So yeah, okay, cool. Hope everyone is having a good evening, a good day. And yeah, I mean, we've already got, like yesterday, we had the leak of the ramp rats, which was really exciting to talk about. We have multiple pre-orders dropping next week. Nod, nod, wink, wink. And of course, in the month of March itself, as well as other sets which look to be on the horizon for April. So there's just a lot of stuff coming. And I know obviously Toy Fair gave us a bit of a heads up in that sort of for that information already. But it's nice to know that we've got more cool stuff coming, and then of course leads us right into Yojo June, which I'm expecting big things from, with some pretty cool stuff on the horizon to show off. Also, a quick shout out to Jedi Jaybird, who posted that, because I'm not sure if you listened yesterday, but I mentioned that her IGU or EGU, don't know how you've really pronounced that, but one of the listings has hit port, and it's a listing that we know it, but we can't say because it's not public information yet. So there's something that's hit port that's very exciting, and I imagine we're going to be seeing soon based on the fact that it's already hit port. Now, could it be one of those things that leaks out? The fact that the ramp rats did makes me think probably yes. So I'd keep the old eyes peeled this and next week for any cheeky little reveals like that. But yes, HER IGU, or her Herculoids EGU, the listing has hit port already. So expect that to come soon, Kitty said. As if her IGU isn't bad enough. Right then, let's get into the news with images to talk about. But we're talking Walmart CollectorCon preview. Oh, let's do it. As I've said 36 times already, Walmart revealed their G.I. Joe classified previews for CollectorCon today, for their CollectorCon preview. I call it an event sometimes, but it's not really. It's just their website, isn't it, showing you some stuff. Can I reveal IGU price? If I knew it, Callister, I would, but I do not know the price of it, unfortunately. That is a good question, but I don't know. Is the honest answer. I genuinely don't know how much that said item is going to cost. Chris knows things, and one of the things he knows is not how you stand by your car, it's how you drive your car, says Jedi. Amazing. Derek says, don't need either of these, but to each their own. Now, I definitely need one of these. For me, it's the Night Creeper all day long. But Duke's looking fresh in his white shirt, blue pants, fancy helmet, Kitty said, randomly coloured other items, blue backpack, red shovel with white writing on it. You get the idea. But let's get into the Night Creeper first. Of course, that is the Walmart It's the main Walmart exclusive that that I think everyone was on board with, expected. It was coming. It's all good. And well, when it was revealed at Toy Fair, anyway. And yeah, and this one is a win for me. I cannot wait for this figure. I love the Night Creeper head. So I'm probably going to need a few of these cheeky monkeys because what did I spilled up a little. What did I said? What did I said? Wilfredo, what did I said? Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna need a few of these guys, I think. And I would also say if you are concerned about getting anything on Walmart, the only other option, early doors, is Premium Pulse. So I would, if I were you guys, make sure that you get in on that premium small quantities situation first and foremost. That's what I'm definitely going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to get this and the USA Duke on Pulse rather than having to worry about Walmart doing it. But I'm aware that it's going to be pretty hectic, and it's going to be they're going to be gone within. I would be surprised if I don't know about Duke. I can imagine him selling pretty well, so he could go as well just as quickly as the Night Creeper. But I could see the Night Creeper going pretty quickly. So it's one of those ones where you just have to be on it. You have to be kind of clicking, refreshing, checking links, keeping an eye on Preternia and those those kind of guys who are always posting sort of like the actual listing links and stuff like that. And I would be surprised if this lasts longer than 15 minutes. I'd be surprised. It might do. They might hang about a little bit longer than that. I hope they do, just for everyone's sanity. But if that fails, you do have the Walmart link to fall back on, and I'm totally understand that is that one where you're just like, okay, looks like I'm getting it from Walmart, and then it's a fingers crossed sort of scenario, isn't it? In any case, I am going to be excited to try and get this bad boy because he's absolutely stunning. All of the images have been kind of dispersed already for the Night Creeper, and of course, and we've seen them all already. We've already gone through these, but it's always nice to just kind of catch up on how rad this bad boy is. Yeah, I mean, it's a Night Creeper with snake arms, snake arms, same thing, right? And of course, the additional Cthulhu head. But yeah, I love the fact that all his weapons have got that sort of that Diatech green in them. There's actually a really interesting, he says, probably not that probably a few people won't find this interesting, but if we got an email courtesy of Hasbro, which had all of the kind of materials in it, where's that gone? I was literally looking at it earlier. Have I deleted it by accident? In any case, yeah, there it is. So on said email, it has like a little blurb of the Night Creeper, and it says this. Ready? Because of the Night Creeper's Zen-like discipline and Cobra's own delvings into areas of arcane mysticism, these adherents are particularly well suited to manipulate dire, dread-inducing responsive energy tech, mental and physical projections without an accompanying containment pack. So they're explaining that the reason they can do all this stuff is because they're magic. I will be talking to the awesome Mark Beasley at some point very soon in regards to the copy that's written on all these classified and all the narrative and the storylines and the file cards. So we'll be talking to him about his involvement in that, and also maybe some details in regards to that as well, because I think we can get some cool inside info on all of the kind of like quirky narrative elements on that. Wilfredo, a set. I think I said item. I believe I said item. I don't think I said set. I really hope Duke is not ridiculously hard to get. I don't think Duke will be that hard to get. I think Nope, great name. I think if you do worst case, if you just get it with Walmart, you'll probably be okay. And I imagine they'll want to fill the stores with this kind of red, white, and blue aesthetic as well. So you might even be able to find it on in store on the day. So there you go. In any case, that's the Night Creeper. Love it. Very cool. Exclusive drop March 19th, 10 a.m. EST Eastern. So make sure you are good and ready on the 19th, please. And thank you, everybody. We'll be posting as well on socials just beforehand, throwing out the reminders, and then, of course, refreshing frantically for like 10 minutes solid. Happy Thursday, y'all. I'm crazy excited for the Dire Creeper, says Destro Designs. Yes, same. Crazy excited. We also got Duke. And we do get some more promo images for Duke, which is always I'm always happy to see more of that stuff, even if it is on the sort of, I would say, the lesser or the less, well, how do I put it, the less involved, maybe the less involved diorama. Well, there aren't any diorama images, are there? Gil says, "Am I joking about finding them in stores?" Let's just say yes, I am. But I was hoping that maybe Walmart might flood their stores with these red, white, and blue items. Jamie Lynn says, "I appreciate that they addressed the creepers using Diatech in the file card." Yes, like I said, that was all Mark, I imagine, and we might be able to get a bit more info from him in regards to all of this cool stuff as well in the future, in the near future, I should add. Anyway, Duke images, again, like not a crazy amount of like, crazy cool diorama shots. They don't really do that with the retro inspired stuff. This is obviously a retro card back, which is a nice touch, at least, at the very least. At least we're getting like a cool, different retro card back. We've talked about this in depth on multiple episodes. Could they have done something different and a little bit sort of like more interesting here? Yeah, they probably could have done. But also, I think this is more a Walmart driven sort of angle where they wanted multiple things in that sort of red, white, and blue vibe for the USA's 250th. So I think this is more about what Walmart wanted rather than what the team or Hasbro were sort of like wanting to do. But again, like there could be like multiple things they could have done that would have been more I would say like more interesting for GI Joe fans, but also more substantial, a bit more substance to it. So like you could have recreated this retro Duke as the movie intro and had the jetpack, because we've got all the parts. There would only be a change of like there'd be like a head sculpt, have like the crazy legs, open mouth all the time, yelling head sculpt style. And not the actual crazy legs head, but I mean in the same way that we've got a crazy legs with one head that's just like that. Do that for Duke. As an homage to the terrible 4-inch O-face Duke. Jetpack, maybe the cross straps for the jetpack to make it a little bit, separate it a little bit more. And then, the different, and the flag. And then like a cool, like 1/12 scale flag would have been perfect. And I think that would have been really cool. And then maybe like the retro card back could have referenced a piece of art or scene or cell from the film where he's like, flying in the jetpack, or doing that thing where, when he gets up close to the mothership and he plants the bomb on the bottom, and then he kind of spins round and then pushes off with his feet. It'd have been really cool to get like an piece of art where he's like pushing off the mothership, sort of like towards you, like he's looking towards you as he's pushing off the mothership behind him with the timer, the time bomb in the background. That would have been freaking amazing. That I would have been all over, and it would have been a great specific Duke GI Joe fan movie related sort of thing to do, and it wouldn't have been that hard to really pull off. Kitty said, "You'd only be talking about a new head sculpt and a flag, and I think that would have been brilliant." But with that said, this is what we get. And like I said, I think this is more Walmart directed than anything else. We do get a shot of the back of the card, but it's never as interesting anymore, is it, with the way they do the kind of retro card backs? Don't really get it. Super 7 do really good, sort of like, I like the Super 7 card backs more. Again, there's always the call out, the cross sell, which, would be cool to see on a retro card, wouldn't it? Oh, have I just lost? Oh, I froze for a second there. I thought it looked like I lost you guys for a second. I think I'm okay. In any case, in terms of retro card backs, not the best, but yeah, there you go. There's a shot of it anyway. Here's the loadout, the figure, and obviously we've seen this image before. Nothing new here. Well, I'll keep moving. New one with the explosion background here. This was obviously in the new photo set, showing the figure sort of all geared up, helmet in arm, and kind of mimicking the card art kind of pose as well. GL425 says that's not in the budget. Yeah, clearly this wasn't. I'm just saying what I think would have been really cool for fans, as opposed to what is sort of going to be not the case in this particular case. It's something completely different, which like I said, it's fine. Some people are really digging it, and that's great. And some people are just not really that fussed. It seems to be like a very much this is going to be one that I still think will sell. I still think it'll sell out because it's got the sort of USA angle. I'm surprised they didn't use the red, white, and blue explosion background for this particular image. Seems like they missed an opportunity there. Anyway, we've got all these other shots of the figure diving around, doing Duke type stuff. Here he is firing some weapons, some with protection, some without. With the two rifles that he comes with, obviously the Sunbow rifle on the right there, and the other one on the left. This version, Duke, reminds me of the comic version of Hawk with blue pants, jacket, and cap. Yeah, Jeff, I guess so. GL says, really hope they make that rumored rugged Duke from the Energon universe with stubble and long hair. That would be great, actually. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Put Crazy Legs head on Duke, says Carlos. It could work. It could work if you put the helmet on as well. If you put the kind of like the Starduster visor helmet thing on too, then you might be able to get away with that being an O-face Duke. What about the Super 7 Reaction Plus? Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't seem. Was it on the collect the? Was it on the actual website? I didn't see it on there, so maybe that is going to be in store. I don't know if there's that doesn't make any sense, does it? I'll have to quickly double check because I did not see it, but doesn't mean it wasn't there. I did not think to look. Walmart collector con. Did anyone else see it? Because it is 100% a Walmart exclusive line they're doing, and it's clearly for the same thing. So the fact that it wouldn't be part of this particular collector con is confusing. But then again, I guess you've got the rest of the year. So maybe it is up there. Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, cool. So yeah, there you go then. Super 7 Reaction Plus Wave 8, I believe it is actually up there on Walmart Collecticon. If it ever, why is it not loading? But it is on there. So thank you very much, everyone, for letting me know. So EMH 777 Super 7 Reaction Plus, those figures are also up on the preview. So they'll also be going up for pre-order next week as well. Thank you guys for the kind of the effort on that one. Flaffle says, I appreciate the idea of 250th. Smart business. I think a jetpack with him might have been better. I may get him, might use him as decorator, put him next to my MM Coco. Yeah. Very cool. And yeah, good point, actually. Very good point. I genuinely cannot, for some reason, Walmart is just not allowing me. Has my internet disappeared or something? What's going on? What's going on? Walmart CollectorCon. There we go. Load. Damn you. There we go. It's done it now. I just want to see this for myself now, personally. Yeah, didn't see it. In any case, yeah, I believe it is also. Maybe if I just search reaction, that's not gonna search. That's not gonna find anything, is it? No, it's not. Not even close. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. I can't see it on the. I can't see those figures on there. Were you saying it's on the Super 7 website, or is it on Walmart's website? Because I can't find them. Interesting. They do have the Transformers, obviously. The Transformers one is on there as well, which we've obviously saw at Toy Fair. That was the deluxe class Star Eagle, which is pretty funky. But yeah, I can't see anything in regards to the Super 7 figures on here. Not saying they're not on there, I just don't see them on the collector con preview thing. In any case, yeah, they are there. Anyway, here's a couple more. Patriotic, would you say? Shots of Duke. Yeah, still looking. I like the fact that the main image on the CollectorCon site is the dire Night Creeper, though. That's pretty darn cool. I like that. Yeah, not seeing them on Walmart's site. Anyway, it's not important. I assume they're still going to be up there somewhere. He is going on my monitor if I can score a couple, says nope. Those were the first of the 250th versions. The first revealed they were. Yeah, I haven't seen them. Not showing Super 7 on Walmart. Yeah, I'm gonna say I can't see them anywhere. I've kind of searched every CollectorCon sort of situation. I can't see anything in regards to those figures. Maybe they are on the Super 7 website. Let's have a quick look there. Which is weird because if it's a Walmart exclusive, they usually have them after the fact. But yeah, some people are saying that they are on the Walmart site. I did not see them on there. So maybe they're showing up later. Who knows? In any case, I will dig into that a little bit more because, like I said, I didn't see anything about the Super 7 ones, and they usually do make a song and dance about all of it, don't they? I love how he has a Cuban rifle, says Jason. Yeah, it is a bit Cuban, that the Sunbow rifle, isn't it? The classified logo on the helmet is awesome, says Flaffle. I do like that, actually. I do like that touch. And I do like that logo. It's pretty cool, the star with the stripes. Very, very dope. Is Mezco going to make any more Joes? I don't know, Justin. We haven't had a Mezco reveal for a long time now. It's been a while, hasn't it? So I don't think I have a feeling they either don't have the license anymore, or they are just or there's just a lot of development going on. Same for 3.0, right? Because I haven't seen a 3.0 reveal for a while, and they had a few in development which they had revealed in their little kind of website blog post sort of situation. But yeah, Mezco 3.0, I think a lot of them are sort of kind of wound back a little, like held back a little bit on the G.I. Joe license. But yeah, I don't know is the answer to that one. Blitz says, I also did not see them, mainly because I haven't looked yet. Yeah, same. Any chance of getting the Full Force Classified logo on that helmet? Asks Flaffle. That'd be cool. That'd be well cool. I'm not wearing a Full Force t-shirt today. I should. I've got so many of them. That's the only thing I tend to wear nowadays. And the one day I'm not wearing it, I wanted to show it off then, and I can't. I like it. Wonder if we get the full 250 years wave in classified series scale. What do you think, Chris? What you mean, like an actual wave of the? No, I don't think so, Antonio. I think this will be a one and done for the 250th. I would imagine. I was going to ask about 3.0. That's too bad, says Jamie. Well, I don't know. We just haven't seen anything for ages, have we? And I don't know where they are in regards to their license holding scenario. I just don't know what the deal I don't have an answer, unfortunately, for you guys. I would assume that Mezco and 3.0 are probably not doing more Joes right this second, but that isn't to say that in the future they don't try and get the license again and do some more things. Andrew says the internet is calling this the Scooby-Doo Duke because he looks like Freddy. He does a little bit. He's got a bit of that about him, hasn't he? Yeah, for sure. You should sell Full Force logo water slide decals. I should do. Nope. I should do. If I had the ability to do that, I might do so. But we'll see. That'd be quite fun, actually. Yeah, again, another good option there, as Justin's mentioned, is maybe doing like a Joe Colton rather than, like another Duke sort of situation, or General Flag as a 250. Yeah, and again, I think this is the reason this is being done is again Walmart directed, but then I would also state they're going to get the most iconic poster boy for the USA, which is the old St. Louis born Duke, and deco him out in the red, white, and blue, and you've basically got your 250th shout out sort of thing. So I get why it's been done, but yeah, it's not like, again, it's not like, this is sort of like how I felt about the retro bat, and a lot of people might have in a disagreement with me here. Man, I can't speak today. But with the retro bat, I'd say the only thing that I'm really that fussed about is getting proper red faceplate for that particular style of battle android trooper. Whereas where the red faceplate we've had in the past was the Python Patrol one, and it didn't really have the same impact when you put it on a regular bat because of the yellow slats in the faceplate. So I love the fact that it comes with, finally get that red faceplate, Sunbow style. But other than that, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was necessary. They could have just put that helmet in that first bat, and we'd have been like, yay. But that did not happen. It's just Duke. I wish it would have been more of an original, like, yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that's the same comment. Sorry, Justin. I it don't mean it like that. Chill. In what sense? You mean like in General Colton or General Flag? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying in that particular sense. 112 full force stickers for my All Striker and Arctic Hiss, says Andrew. I'll see what I can do. We do make stickers for the Patreon. So I'll see if we can do some sort of like more broad merch option in the future. As in singular, not as bad as I thought. That was logical when I mentioned the other ones. Flaffle, yes, doing some 250th figures in official military uniforms would be the best. However, logos, permissions, trademarks, etc., etc. Instead, we get the poster boy hero. Indeed. Am I a completionist? Asks Jason. Yes, I am. In terms of classified, I will be getting this for damn sure. When it comes to classified, it's the only line I collect everything of. Yeah, and everything else, I don't actually really buy anything else unless there's some sort of like real strong reason. Like, for example, Bulletproof, Cops Bulletproof, which I cannot wait to get hold of. Obviously, I like to support friends with multiple Kickstarters, with like Skeletron, for example. I do buy Skeletron figures because I like to support my buddies, and also because they're really dope figures. Like, it's not just because because I'm friends with people, but like in certain situations, I will get other things, and I'm even like ever so slightly leaning towards, oh no, I would say ever so slightly leaning towards, I'm proper like laying on top of the Big Bad Workshop and Fresh Monkey Fiction Monster Force stuff, because man, was it the Crimson Moon stuff? The Order of the Crimson Moon looks so cool. Seeing all of those promo images just makes me just want all of them, basically. It is a March 19th pre-order EMH, but it's not on EE. I mean, there is a March 19th pre-order on EE, but it's also on Walmart as well. So it will be like the exclusive Walmart 19th pre-orders for these. Yeah. I've sneaked my other collecting for I've sneaked my other collecting for classified, says Lawrence. Wish they could have done Gung Ho in Dress Blues. That would have been great, Brian. Chris, I haven't done the Walmart ADSC in so long. Do these go up at 1 p.m. or 9 a.m. or something? Asked Jason. 10 a.m. Eastern. And I'll hang on. Let me just. There's a back shot. Kitty said. There's another pretty cool shot which we got in the materials, which I haven't seen anywhere else yet. But I quite like this one. This is a nice one. This is like the figure in front of the file card, the massive file card. And here we go. Yeah, March 19 at 10 a.m. Eastern, just to kind of really push that one home for everybody. Any word on when the G.I. Joe TMNT figures coming out? Asks Scott. There's a pre-order up for them already, actually, but it's not like, it's a retailer, but it's not like your BBTS, your Entertainment Earth, or Pulse or anything like that. But I assume fairly soon, probably in June-ish, probably in that kind of time period, maybe, or July. My Yeti and Zargonaut are supposed to arrive tomorrow, says Carlos. Got my Zargonauts today and didn't bring them downstairs to show you guys. Damn it. Yes, I'll show you on the weekly on Saturday, but I'm sure everyone's already got their Zargonauts. But yeah, I got my 2 Zargonauts today. Very excited to bust those bad boys out from Skeletron. OMG, what happened to the Chris from the days of the Collectors Club where he brought every single figure? Lol, I remember those. There's still videos out there of somebody who's getting excited with every announcement in the roundtables. Hello, Gil. And yes, it was the Tiger Force reveals, wasn't it? And that video was fun. I'm glad someone was recording that, to be honest. That was great. Was I recording it? But yeah, I mean, I still collect all of the G.I. Joe classified figures. I just don't get everything. I think I can't. I can't keep up anymore. Like, it's too much money and too much space and too much. It's just too much. And when you're talking about classified, everything is just exponentially bigger, isn't it? So like, at least back in the day when we were buying like the 4-inch figures and the vehicles and what have you, and the exclusives and going to con, like, it felt like you could do that forever. And then you get to like 6-inch scale and it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade here. We're gonna have to update the sizing of everything alongside the figures. Walmart has a countdown clock on the website, so you know exactly when the figures go up for pre-order. Yes, they do, Squishy. I cut it off this particular image as well, so it does say exclusive drops March 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern, Walmart CollectorCon, and then starts in, and then a countdown. I didn't see that. Been listening and working on another page. That's all right, Jason. 10 a.m. Eastern. Now you know. And knowing is doing. Where is my PO for Dreadnought Bat? Asks Stygian. Do you know what? That is a big, big thing. They love doing bats, don't they? They love doing bats. Why are we not just getting really cool bats? Why are we not getting Dreadnought bats with, like, a bit of DIY on them, a bit of broken elements here, there, and everywhere, some graffiti sprayed across them, damage basically on an epic scale, but sort of like, I don't know. I just think a Dreadnought bat would be awesome. I'd be really up for that. And then, like, we got Arctic bats for like 12 seconds. And if you didn't order one in the first 5 minutes of their pre-order life, then you can forget about it. Crazy, isn't it? Steve Martin says, I'm picturing how cool a Ram cycle would look painted up like Evil Knievel's bike to go with this guy. That's a great shout, Steve. That is a great, great shout. I'm with you there on that one. Carlos says, I second the idea of the Full Force logo water slide decals. Have Bad Mother Tattoos produce them for you. I will reach out. Those were the days, Gil, weren't they? I still remember the in regards to yourself, our face off in the quiz, the Jocon quiz. That was tense, wasn't it? What a fun time that was, though. I really enjoyed Jocon. Jocon was one of my all-time favorite things ever. I loved like just hanging out with friends all the time, seeing cool stuff, buying cool toys, going to panels, going out, like just having fun, eat. I was so much. Jocons were the best, man. The absolute best. They really were the days. We're not getting those back, are we, mate? I certainly am not. Speaking of G.I. Joe Collectors Club, are you ever going to finish the FSS series? Those were quite entertaining. Uh, do you know what? We probably should do that just to finish it off. Justin and Adam and myself. Yes. Man, they were fun. They were fun episodes. I actually watched one the other day. Weirdly, and you should say that, Dr. C. Taylor 66. I watched one of those old ones back in the day just to see what the quality was like, really more than anything else. And it wasn't too bad. You know, like sometimes you look back in old stuff that you do and you go, yikes, I've definitely improved in that sort of vicinity, that sort of area. But yeah, I was quite impressed that it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, it'd be nice to finish that off because I think we were shy of was it FSS 8, right? And all of the extra kind of things that happened afterwards. I'm not sure where we got up to, 6 or 7, I think. Oh, did I just do that? Did I just do the 6 or 7 thing? I didn't mean to do that. It's so funny how often that comes up naturally, the whole 6, 7 thing. Like, I hate seeing it being used the way it gets used by young people because it just makes me cringe a bit. But, yeah, like, it's weird how naturally that happens in everyday talk. Anyway, they do indeed, Chris, and I'm feeling shortchanged, says Stygian. 3 small vehicles I'm shocked that are not classified yet, says Flaffle. Fang, Night Landing, Armadillo, and then brackets Road Toad. Agreed on all of those, including the Road Toad. Batter up, says Droz. Battle Android Trooper up. Jason says 10 a.m. on Pulse 2, I assume. Yes. Yes. And it might be one of those things where it doesn't show up immediately and you just have to wait 15 minutes. Just keep refreshing, keep playing the game, and you should be okay. Because quite a few times when Pulse has their exclusives on Pulse, wow, in some cases, they've shown up at 3 in the morning. I'm looking at you, Target Breaker. And in other cases, they don't show up until 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour later. And I'm looking at you the last time they did an exclusive drop for something or other. But yeah, so just, play the game. You should be okay. Dread bats, says Blitz. Indeed, indeed. Stygian, that's exactly my vision too, Chris. Yeah, I think we've talked about this a lot, haven't we, Stygian, with the Dreadnought bats. X Factors 17 says JoeCon in Orlando was my first con experience. I remember talking with John Warden there when he was on the brand. Which one X Factors? Because there were 2 in Orlando. I was at the second Orlando one, the second Florida job. That was amazing, actually. That was so much fun. And then we got to have even more fun with Adam Riches at Universal Studios, which was an amazing day. Loved that. Good times. Good times. 6, 7, indeed. Jason, yes. I think you stopped at 6, says Dr. C. Taylor. Yeah, I think we did. So I think we have 7 and 8 to do, don't we? And then the what was that? There was an FSS, call it the final 12 or something. It wasn't an FSS though. It was just the final 12 figures, wasn't it? They were doing. So we could do that too. Although a lot of it's just redecos, isn't it, and stuff. But well, still, there's some cool stuff in there. Wasn't there a 3 3/4 jungle bat around 2008? Was cool looking. Yes, Bryce, there was. And again, that could also have been done, couldn't it? As a sort of bat redeco-y sort of scenario. Yeah. I wonder if they will make Star Brigade or space-related figures with space exploration being discussed often, says Droz. I think so. I definitely think everything's on the table, mate. It's just I think what they like to do is they like to kind of theme things. So I've noticed a heavy sort of you'll I'm not going to say too much because I think that reveals something, or does it? I won't say any more, but effectively, you'll see themes kind of popping up in regards to kind of line plans and what have you. So I think what'll happen is we'll get like one or two or three space related homies at the same time, is what I'm expecting. I don't think I'm not sure if we're going to get anything this year. There's nothing on the line plan that I'm aware of right now. That doesn't mean there's a lot I'm also not aware of. I would also add and I haven't seen anything space related yet. Technically space related, like directly space related. That said, 2027, it's not that far away. How is that the case? How are we almost? How am I thinking about 27 already? That's mental. Yeah, and anyway, there's a lot that we haven't even uncovered yet, so who knows? But it'd be really cool, and I'd love to see some space stuff. What do I enjoy more, Adam's talents or his riches? Definitely his talents. Adam is not rich in any way, shape, or I'm just kidding. I enjoy Adam more for his riches of personality. That's what I enjoy Adam for. That's why we're friends. Um, High shelf presence. I think it was the second one, says X Factors 17. Yeah, so it would have been the kind of like the one where they revealed there was two more Jokons in the panel. There was 2 more years to go. That was the 2 more years reveal, I think, right? Or am I getting that confused with Orlando being one of the 2 more years? Chattanooga was the final year, wasn't it? What was before Chattanooga? God, it wasn't that long ago, and I've already forgotten everything about my life. Either way, yeah. Um, we may have even seen each other X Factors. Did we meet at any point on that Jokon? You'll have to. It's difficult when I don't know people. I only know people by their avatars, or if their names are different to their actual names, or they're different. Like the people are not the same as what I'm looking at here. Forgive me for not recognizing or knowing. A lot of the time, I don't put two and two together either because I'm not very clever like that. So if we have met, I also have no idea because of the different names that people go by online. Knock Renegade. I like that, G.I. Joe Carl. Testing a new handle to see if it works, but still want a dread bat. Yes, both would be cool. You can include Night Force Zartan as the 13th final 12 if you do them. Yes, I could. Yeah, absolutely. God, that was, even though that was a bit depressing and it was the final 12, Zartan and the motorcycle, I think the 3 female Night Stalkers, the kind of like black female troopers. And yeah, what was the last incentive? It was Heart Wrencher and the Ground Assault, wasn't it? Man, they used to churn some decent stuff out though. I used to love the clubs figures and stuff, man. And the exclusive packs were just always so crazy cool. I was a big fan of that period of time. Countdown and Payload at the least, says Carlos. Yeah, of course, that'd be great. I'd love both of them. Scott says, remember though, Chris doesn't know anything. Good point. Huntress says, just dropped in. What have I missed? Just been talking about the preview, couple more Duke promo images as well that we look through. Some of these sexy shots. Look at them. Whoa, look at that. Sexy shots. Look at them. Wee. And this one, which I don't think I've seen anywhere else, but obviously was sent out with the materials, which is pretty cool. And just reinforced the pre-order drop for those as well. I think it was the year that Dial Tone was the convention exclusive in Orlando. Dial Tone. Oh, carded dials, regular carded dial tone, because they'd, yeah, yeah, that would have been the second one, I think. I think it was. 2014 DFW Joe Con. It's quite possible we might have met, says Carlos. Oh, almost certainly, quite possible. I have found some of the Mattel Collector Con items at Walmart last 2 days. Has anyone seen the Joe stuff show up? You've found some of the Mattel Collector Con items at Walmart in the last 2 days. Wow. So, well, that's the thing. Last year, didn't they show up in store a little earlier? Like a few were kind of sneaking out where they were not really paying attention to the street dates for them. And I remember someone had yeah, so they might be showing up in stores. It might be worth checking them out. Might be worth checking it out. Yeah. Anyway, Huntress, you were still a kid when JoeCon ended. Oh my god. Are you too young to be watching this show? You probably are. Or am I just too old to be doing a G.I. Joe podcast? Probably both of those things combined, isn't it? I was thinking the other day, like, how long do I keep this going for? How long do I keep doing this for? I'm putting this out to you guys now. How long does the full force keep going? Do I keep doing this until I'm in my hundreds? Am I like I'm going to get into my hundreds? Am I doing this into my later years? Is what I'm getting at. And do I reach that time period? I might not, but you know what I'm saying. Until I stop enjoying it, says Not Renegade. That is the proper answer, I think. Although that was about 6 years ago. I think it'd be easier in a retirement home to do this, Chris G. Get the old sweet chair set up, like, get everything set up and just do not move. Like, that is all I do all day long. And then people can just keep coming in and changing my pants whenever. Done. I think I'm just going to do this until till forever, till the end of time. Forever, says Boba Fett. Okay, cool. After you're in retirement, I still think I can do this after retirement. Forever, says Matt. You must have this many grey hairs to watch this podcast, says Scott. Andrew says, I'm 49. What am I now? What year are we in? I'm 45. 45, guys. Prophet says at least 70 until it's no longer fun for you, says Dr. C. Taylor. 1976, says Andrew Law. Are you giving us the year you were born? I think you are, aren't you? I'm in 1980. Hits Me says, yes, please and thank you, full force for your full life. Okay, cool. Joe podcast forever, says Nashal too. Aren't they putting heads in jars these days to keep going? You and Walt Disney? Yeah, me and Walt next to each other, squishy. That would suck. Anyway, it'd be interesting to know what everyone's ages are in the chat. Yeah, exactly. I don't do in a home, so I'm on the hook for this. I know, Huntress, but then again, I'd be really up for that. Just retiring, like just chilling out and doing a constant G.I. Joe stream all the time. Doomed is 145 as well. Awesome. I was born after 9/11, says Huntress. So you're too young for this channel, Huntress. I apologize for being really old for your viewing. Not pleasure in that sense, is it, in that case? 52, says Travis. 49, Interrogator. 45, Jason. 52, Shelf Presence. 52, Chris G. 50, yeah, lot 52s up in the house. Up in here. But yeah, it's a very specific age range, isn't it? The Full Force podcast. That's quite interesting. I find that really interesting. Scott would say that would be the only constant stream at that point. Yes, it would. Jedi's 50. Kitty said. Matt is 51. Flaming Crow 47. X Factors 50. This is really interesting. Huntress is like, I'm the youngest ever here. This is actually a good question. This is a question for Huntress, actually, at the moment. I'm just curious, says Not Renegade, how young people get to G.I. Joe these days. Must be the Skybound or streaming old shows. How did you get in? I'm genuinely interested, Huntress, in how you got into G.I. Joe, and what was your first sort of like, what was your first hit point with Joe? Because I'm genuinely interested to find out, as everyone's flooding the comments with their ages. It's amazing. Carlos 52, Jason 42. You're a young'un, Jason. Jamie Millen 47. Toy Hunters Hollow 53. This is really fascinating. I like it. I like having a good idea of everyone's ages. Hannah Ford 39. Another young'un. You're all young, actually. You're all young. Of course, we're all young here, guys. Let's face it. Are you the same Huntress on TikTok that collects R610? Anyway, that's yeah. I'm interested, Huntress. Let us know, please, if you want to. You can just tell me to F off, obviously, as well, if you like. Anyway, let's have a quick message from our sponsor, and then I'll be right back with the listings bits and bobs. Let's make sure you order yours today. Battle Action Force, the Deluxe Treasury Editions at TotalToyBooks.com in the UK and Europe, Skeletron.com in the US, and Amazon if you're on like Saturn or Neptune or Uranus. It's really opened a can of aged worms, hasn't it? This conversation. Scott is 54. Nice. My son is 26 and he got into it with Sigma 6 and Resolute as shelf presents. That's pretty cool, actually. Squishy says, is there anyone at Hasbro over 50 to carry the torch for 1982 Joes? Lenny mentioned he was only 42 or 43. I don't actually know how old Lenny is. I might ask him. Hits me between 45 and 47. I can't remember exactly. That's brilliant. Young at heart, indeed. 50 and a half, Bryce. I love it when you use the halves. That's always great. McFly's 50 as well. Hello, McFly. Lenny's a wee baby, isn't he, Scott? Hello, Guillermo. I'm only as old as my autism allows, says Chris G. Genius. I had to do some quick math myself, says Jamie Lynn. Huntress, this is interesting. Okay. So I was 6 years old in Christmas of 2008. And my dad bought me an enormous box of vintage Joes. Also, this was 25th anniversary. So I have Sunbow on DVD from the Walmart box sets. That is awesome. That is a great way to get into the G.I. Joe line. Because, I mean, the 25th anniversary was really cool. What a great way to get into it. That's phenomenal. That's really, really awesome. 6 as well. Yeah, damn, that's great. Love it. And is classified your weapon of choice, Huntress? Is that something that you really, really love? Let us know. And we're all really interested in it. I am anyway. So what vehicle is the IGU, Chris? Jedi Ben. It's not a vehicle, I can tell you that much. Andrew says this is the best thing on YouTube for me. Ah, thanks. I'm not going to tell you what IGU is, but it's not a vehicle. Jeremy Kimberlin is 42. That's again another. We've got a lot of young'uns on here too. I like all the young'uns, and honestly, everyone's young in this chat. Pretty sure Lenny is a late 80s baby, says Bias. I'm not saying that, Stygian. I'm not saying it. Anyway, this is fun. This has been a fun chat. Andrew, are you saying you're 24? That's another young'un, proper young'un as well. 50. Jerseyed, I know. All the 50 crew is in the house tonight. I'm telling you, and I love it. I'm here for it. 25th brought me back to Joe, says Dr. C. Taylor. Studio Henge 47. Sean 48 in May. Knock Renegade also 50. This is great. I'm also very happy with everyone being very forthcoming with this. But anyway, thanks very much. I appreciate that. I still have most of my childhood here, but yes, I'm super into classified. Bigger scale works better for my dying eyes, says Huntress. Well, that's really cool to know. And yeah, well, and honestly, I really like hearing about everyone's sort of experience with the brand and where they got into it and all that stuff. Because I find it really fascinating because, you know, you only have your own experience and those close to you that you may or may not know a bit more about. But then when you're in a situation like this and loads of people are chatting about figures this and favorite characters that, and stuff gets revealed and we talk about it and discuss it the way we do. It's really interesting to hear everyone's sort of like perspectives and where they're coming from and how they got into it and all that stuff. It's really cool. So I'm really down for that kind of chat. So thank you very much for being so forthcoming, and thank you to everyone else in the chat for letting me know exactly how old they are. Brilliant stuff. Ryan 45 this year, but I've got the heart of a 10-year-old and the knees of a 70-year-old. Same. I have I got stuck at 8. I'm still 8 years old inside. I'm like Tom Hanks in Big. And you're right though, I'm actually more like Benjamin Button when he's born in the knees. I'm, I'm like the old Benjamin Button knees, or young as he's born. You know how it is, all reversed and opposite land. But yeah, everything else is like an 8-year-old. Anyway, thanks very much for that, guys. I will move on though. Here the listings as they stand. No changes as of the last time, but I will also just emphasize that Zanya very recently hit port, and a retro assortment hit port yesterday. But can I, for the life of me, figure out which assortment it is? No. So it's either the female Crimson Guard Crazy Legs Zap figures, which makes sense because we haven't seen them properly distributed yet, or it could have been the Wild Bill somebody and somebody wave, which also would make some sense because you kind of expect that to be sort of arriving soon, if it's going to be revealed very soon. But I agree with you, Bias. It's surely got to be the first wave, because again, we haven't really seen them distributed properly, have we? So yeah, I think it's probably that. And then the other one was that her IGU listing, which is on the right hand side there, just below Zanya, 2 below Zanya, if you're struggling to see with our very old eyes now, guys. Just kidding. That her IGU, which I think is G2026 Pulse exclusive. We are waiting, obviously, to see the full reveal of that. So that will be revealed officially, I imagine, or leaked. If it's leaked, of course, we'll unlock it on the listings and we'll know if it's hit port then, won't we? But we'll have to see how it goes. But those are the 3 main ones that hit port yesterday. And Zanya, by the way, has had, I think, 6 or... That's what I was talking about the other day that made me do the 6 or thing. Let's just say 7. That was like we'll call her Lisa S. Actually, no, let's try L Simpson, kind of Simpsons quote right there. But yeah, she's actually hit port already 6 or 7 times, which is crazy, isn't it? Crazy pants. So hopefully lots of Zanyas for everyone to order very soon. And that is that. Of course, Ramp Rats got unlocked the other day. That's her Tara down there, G2099. And we can, of course, officially confirm that, because if you look at the package close enough, you see the G number underneath the age restriction on the box as well. So very, very easy way of cross-referencing that information. Bias says G1233 probably end up getting scratched. No, since it's the carryover for what Arctic Hiss was before it was Arctic Hiss. I think you're absolutely right there, Bias, but I'm not moving it until I get official confirmation of it not being on the listings anymore, or it will stay there in a sort of like red, never happened or got changed sort of situation. If it's Igu, that's totally fine, Prophet. I've never... hands up, I've never watched a single episode of Herculoids, so I have no clue what the actual... and I've seen like clips and things here and there. I'm aware of certain aspects of it, but I've never seen a full episode. I don't know how to pronounce it, but if it's Igu, that's totally cool. I'll just say Igu instead. I'll say Igu because that's a cute name, a cute way of saying it. Thank you, Prophet, as well for emphasizing that, and that means I can say Igu going forward. Yes, Scott, it will be the new Ralph T, won't it? Or what was the other one? Chairface was the other one, wasn't it? That got scrizzapped. So Ralph T didn't get scrapped. It just got cut from the retro of that year and moved into the next line plan. So we don't actually know what it ended up being. So yeah. I had my Herculoids removed in 1998, says It's Me UK. Amazing. Right, so that's everything for the listings currently publicly. Name only reveals we are currently still sitting on, Kitty said, Iceberg, Deep Six, and Chapang. Uh, and in terms of digital renders and revealed figures, I have updated this to, of course, include Duke now officially revealed in the preview by Walmart. So he is slotted in, not comfortably, but he's slotted in there. So the versus 2-pack still keeps the connectivity and the versus 3-pack stays as it is. But there you go. That's that nice and updated for you on the day, by the way. Usually I don't do it until like the weekly that follows, but no, you got this update fast. So there you go. I'm thinking of you guys all the time. I was also amazed, by the way. This is completely side note and probably not that interesting for anyone to care anyway, but it just so happened to be the perfect spacing when I put Duke in that space and move Snake Eyes up, right? That versus 2-pack rectangle is the exact same size as the versus 3-pack rectangle, rectangle above it, and fit exactly pixel perfect in between Snake Eyes Varmin and the Stealth Viper with Pod. Complete accident, by the way, because there was no way of it being like known if it would have fit in there, and it just so happened to fit perfectly. So I didn't have to do too much faffing around on that one. I just moved it along. So that's that sorted. Again, just for the people that like to do graphics themselves out there, that's that. Now that's the digital renders and revealed figures sorted. I've also updated the teasers and leaks. Oh, look, I've put Retro Wild Bill on there finally. So Retro Wild Bill is on there because obviously that was leaked a while back and is technically in the teasers and leaks section, of course. And I actually added it first because that was the first leak we had of that. So at least that's complete. I've also removed Duke off there now because he's obviously on the digital renders section. Deep Six is obviously the fun little teaser Easter egg in the background of the Hydro Viper promo image image because only one image he shows up in. And of course, the very recently leaked classified ramp rats, which haven't had an official reveal yet. So until officially revealed, they will be staying where they are, and then we'll move them over to this page, and I'll probably rejig it a little bit as well. Scott says you could slot a reverse L Tetris block in there and clean 2 lines. Exactly. Diddle-oo, diddle-oo, diddle-oo. So I think that's everything, isn't it? Yes, it is. We're done. Hey Chris, did my friend ever share their G.I. Joe fanfic with you? Curious about your thoughts. I haven't. No, they have. I haven't read it yet. I haven't had the time to read it. I did reach out to them and say thank you, and I would get to it, but I just haven't had an opportunity. But that is on my list of to-do things. So I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I can't give my thoughts just yet. But yes, they did reach out and had a little back and forth, and I let them know that I would try and I'd get to it as soon as I possibly could. But yeah, I am excited to read it. I think it should be pretty cool, and I'll let you know, Huntress, exactly how I feel about it. Anyway, that's everything. I hope you've had a nice episode. That's a really fun burst tonight. I don't know about you guys. You probably got bored with me asking everyone's ages, but I really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you in the retirement home, guys. Yeah, let's do it. I'll see you on the next one. So unless there's any massive news tomorrow, I'll probably just see you on the weekly on Saturday. And in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a wonderful day tomorrow as well, if I don't see you tomorrow. And what was I going to say? And yeah, and I'll probably see you on Saturday following that. Knock Renegades, as I still write my Kindle World verse books out, even though it's long gone. That was fun as well, man. Kindle Worlds was kind of cool too, because I remember Justin Bell was doing that stuff. Troy Osgood was doing that stuff. There's more, and now I'm forgetting names. It's going to bug me. Anyway, some really good ones, and I really enjoyed reading them. But anyway, stay fresh, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Now, after 3, I think you know what to do. We've been here before. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Laters. That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. And as always, you can keep up with the show after listening by following on all of our social platforms, links in the description. And if you would like to contact the show, you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback or questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.